Achieving and maintaining work-life balance. Work-life balance is an essential part of maintaining a healthy, fulfilling life, especially in today's fast-paced society. As people grapple with career ambitions, personal responsibilities, and the demands of modern life, achieving this balance can seem elusive. However, by practicing self-reflection, setting boundaries, and understanding the consequences of neglecting certain aspects of life, it's possible to create a more sustainable lifestyle. Throughout this discussion, we will explore work-life balance through the lens of the general public's experiences and insights from celebrities and personalities who have shared their struggles and successes in finding balance. Self-reflection and work-life balance. The journey to achieving work-life balance often starts with self-reflection. A person needs to honestly assess their priorities, the time they allocate to work, family, personal development, and other areas of life. Self-reflection allows one to understand whether they are a corporate warrior who has let their job take precedence over other aspects of life, such as family or personal well-being. For instance, Oprah Winfrey, a well-known advocate for mindfulness, has emphasized the importance of self-awareness and self-care as essential tools for success and balance. She advocates taking time to assess one's life holistically, ensuring that work, relationships, and personal happiness are in alignment. A common pitfall. Many individuals find themselves neglecting family while focusing on their career, particularly those in high-powered corporate roles. This is often the case for corporate warriors, people whose identity and purpose are tied to their job performance. Incompatible with family life, the relentless pursuit of career success can result in strained relationships and missed family milestones. Celebrities like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson have spoken about the challenges of balancing family with an intense work schedule. Despite his busy life, Johnson often shares his efforts to carve out time for his daughters, acknowledging the struggle many faces in this area. Neglecting family can lead to long-term regret and dissatisfaction. Successful people, from business moguls to celebrities, have publicly shared how neglecting personal relationships negatively impacted their happiness, even when they reached career heights. This highlights the importance of making small investments in relationships daily, which ultimately contributes to long-term happiness. The honest debate, career choices, and personal responsibility. An honest debate is necessary when discussing career choices and personal responsibility. Many people enter demanding careers without fully considering how these choices may impact their personal lives. Professions that require long working hours often leave little room for family time, which may be incompatible with family goals. For example, individuals in the legal or medical fields frequently work long hours or deal with high levels of stress. The necessity to make deliberate career choices that consider work-life balance becomes critical. Michelle Obama often reflects on how she and her husband had to work hard to maintain a sense of balance during their time in the White House. In her memoir, Becoming, she mentions how they made personal responsibility a cornerstone of their approach to life, consciously designing their lives to incorporate family time despite demanding schedules. Materialism and redefining success. One reason many struggles to achieve work-life balance is that societal expectations often link success with material achievements, such as money, status, or professional accolades. This materialism can drive people to neglect essential areas of life, believing that financial success alone will lead to happiness. However, celebrities like Richard Branson advocate for redefining success. Branson's view is that success isn't solely about accumulating wealth, but about living a fulfilled and balanced life that includes time for family, adventure, and personal passions. By redefining success to include health, happiness, and relationships, individuals can focus on a more holistic approach to life. This shift from materialism to a balanced approach can help people realize that time spent with family or pursuing personal interests is just as valuable as time spent climbing the corporate ladder. Designing your life and setting boundaries. Designing your life to achieve balance is not just about career choices, but also about setting boundaries. Without clear boundaries between work and personal life, work can seep into every moment, leaving little time for relaxation or family. Remote work and distributed workforces have complicated the lines between work and home, making it even more necessary to consciously set boundaries. Actor and comedian Kevin Hart is a prime example of someone who learned the importance of setting boundaries after a near-fatal car accident forced him to slow down. Hart acknowledged that his relentless work ethic, fueled by career ambitions, had led him to neglect his health and relationships. Post-accident, he has made a point of integrating boundaries and prioritizing time with family. Realistic expectations and balanced approach. One of the critical elements of achieving work-life balance is setting realistic expectations for both work and personal life. Many people experience burnout because they set unrealistic goals for themselves, leading to stress and dissatisfaction when they fall short. Celebrities like Shonda Rhimes, the creator of Grey's Anatomy, have spoken about how they learn to say no to opportunities and projects to maintain their well-being. A balanced approach requires an individual to assess what they can realistically achieve and plan accordingly. Time management, prioritization, and self-awareness are essential tools in this process. For many, it's also about recognizing the importance of intellectual, emotional, and spiritual balance. This might mean setting aside time for reading, exercise, meditation, or spiritual practices to rejuvenate the mind and body. Time with family, a non-negotiable. Spending time with family is one of the non-negotiable aspects of a balanced life. Research has consistently shown that the quality of personal relationships plays a crucial role in long-term happiness and fulfillment. Celebrities like Hugh Jackman and Chris Hemsworth have made family time a priority, often talking about how they turn down movie roles or commitments to spend time with their loved ones. Making family time a consistent priority requires ongoing effort, especially for those with demanding careers. This might mean establishing routines or rituals, such as weekly family dinners or dedicated phone-free hours, to ensure that family time is protected. Health of employees and long-term performance. From a corporate perspective, companies are increasingly recognizing the importance of employee health and well-being in sustaining long-term performance. Research has shown that overworked employees are more likely to experience burnout, which can lead to decreased productivity and engagement. Employers are now more conscious of providing flexible working arrangements, mental health support, and opportunities for employees to sharpen the axe through self-care and recharging. In this vein, some companies encourage vacation time or even mandatory breaks. However, some employees struggle with disconnecting entirely, especially in industries where telecommuting is prevalent. This can result in workers feeling that they are never truly off-duty, which impacts their mental health and leads to burnout. Celebrities like Ariana Huffington have spoken extensively about the need for companies to cultivate a culture of rest and recovery to prevent burnout and enhance performance. Vacation versus telecommuting and remote work. The rise of remote work and telecommuting has added complexity to the discussion around work-life balance. On one hand, working remotely can provide more flexibility, allowing employees to manage family responsibilities better. On the other hand, remote work can blur the lines between professional and personal life, leading to longer working hours and a lack of downtime. For some, telecommuting or working remotely offers an opportunity to design their lives around personal priorities, while others may feel overwhelmed by the lack of separation between work and home life. This balance is particularly relevant in the current era, as companies embrace more flexible working arrangements due to technological advancements. However, achieving a sustainable work-life balance in a remote setting requires self-discipline and clear boundaries. Burnout, engagement, and employee happiness. Burnout is a major issue that many employees face when trying to juggle demanding careers and personal life responsibilities. Without proper time for rest, family, and hobbies, people can lose motivation and become disengaged from their work. Studies have shown that burnout leads to decreased productivity, mental health issues, and physical ailments. Celebrities such as Selena Gomez have openly discussed their experiences with burnout, sharing how overworking and neglecting self-care led to emotional and physical exhaustion. Gomez has since made changes to her schedule, ensuring she prioritizes mental health by integrating rest and relaxation into her routine. Redefining full-time jobs and leading by example. As society shifts towards valuing work-life balance, the traditional full-time job is being redefined. Many professionals now seek part-time or flexible roles that allow for better personal life management. Some companies have begun implementing policies where leaders lead by example, encouraging their teams to take breaks, use vacation time, and avoid working during weekends. By fostering a culture where employee happiness and personal responsibility are valued, companies can promote a balanced approach that leads to both personal and professional success. Sharpening the axe and long-term sustainability. In Stephen Covey's book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, he talks about the importance of sharpening the axe, which refers to self-care and recharging to maintain long-term productivity. Without taking time for rest, reflection, and personal growth, it becomes difficult to sustain performance over time. Successful individuals, from business leaders to athletes, often emphasize the importance of regular self-care routines. Whether it's through exercise, meditation, or simply spending time with loved ones, these practices allow individuals to recharge and maintain their energy levels. The path to work-life balance. Achieving work-life balance is a complex, evolving process that requires self-awareness, discipline, and a commitment to personal priorities. It involves realistic expectations, setting boundaries, and continuously assessing one's progress. Celebrities and public figures often echo the importance of balance, not just for personal happiness, but also for long-term success in their careers. By making small investments in relationships, prioritizing family time, and redefining success beyond material accomplishments, individuals can live more fulfilled, balanced lives. Moreover, by engaging in honest debates about career choices, setting boundaries, and prioritizing personal well-being over societal pressure for constant achievement, people can design their lives in ways that align with both professional ambitions and personal happiness. The key is to recognize that balance is not a one-time achievement, but a continual process of adjustment. Each phase of life brings new challenges and opportunities for reflection. It's essential to remain flexible, adapt to changing circumstances, and maintain open lines of communication with family, employers, and oneself. Work-life balance is about more than simply dividing time between work and personal life. It is about creating harmony between the various dimensions of life: intellectual, emotional, and spiritual. It involves making intentional decisions and taking personal responsibility for both success and happiness. For corporations, promoting a balanced approach to work is crucial for employee retention, productivity, and long-term performance. Leading by example, companies can foster environments where employees feel empowered to speak up for breaks, prioritize mental health, and create boundaries that promote sustainable careers. Ultimately, achieving work-life balance requires a redefinition of success, one that values time spent with loved ones, personal growth, and emotional fulfillment as much as career accomplishments. Whether through remote work, flexible job structures, or simply reassessing one's goals and priorities, the goal is to craft a life that is not only productive and successful, but also joyful and balanced. In conclusion, as we collectively move towards societal change, the conversation around work-life balance will continue to evolve. By focusing on realistic expectations, setting clear boundaries, making time for self-care, and nurturing relationships, both individuals and corporations can contribute to a culture where balance is not a luxury, but an essential component of a healthy, productive, and fulfilling life. At Silent Lamp Channel, I believe you weren't born to stay broken. You were born to rise. I believe your past doesn't define you. Your power does. The fire within you is stronger than any setback, and it's time to unleash it. This is your moment. Own it. Rise. Subscribe if you believe your past isn't your limit, and the fire in you was born to rise.